Welcome everyone to the 2022 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. My name is Layla Naibzada, Vice President of the National Honor Society. We'd like to thank the members of the FFA for ushering and for the flowers on the stage. Will everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Good evening. This year, Ms. Ba and I are fortunate to work with 8 amazing young people as our officer team. I believe that each officer makes a key contribution to our organization. The installation of any group of officers is an important and serious occasion. Their service and accomplishments depend largely on your cooperation. Following is as important as leading. In an organization, there comes a time when some must lead for a while and others must follow. The National Honor Society has been founded upon the principles of scholarship, service, leadership, and character. In all your undertakings, may you always keep in mind these guiding principles.
A candle's but a simple thing. It starts with just a bit of string, yet dipped and dipped with patient hand, it gathers wax upon the string, until, complete and snowy white, it gives at last a lovely light. Life seems so like that piece of string, each deed we do a simple thing, yet day by day, if on life's strand, we work with patient heart and hand. It gathers joy, makes dark days bright, and gives at last a lovely light.
Will each new officer please stand? New officers, in accepting these offices, you have indicated your willingness to give the best in time and effort to carry out the principles of the National Honor Society. Yours is a grave responsibility, as well as a privilege. The world today, as never before, needs faithful and efficient leaders, and your school is looking to you to lead its students. With this in view, do you pledge your best efforts to these offices you now accept? If so, new officers, please respond, "We do." May your light blaze forth for a successful year, and at the expiration of your term of office, may it be passed on with the satisfaction that much was accomplished for the welfare of our school and our organization. Congratulations to our new officers and their families. Mr. Pei will now introduce our keynote speaker.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'd like to congratulate our students first for all of your hard work and dedication that has paid off. You truly have become next-level Redbirds. To our parents, part of our commitment to your children is to bring the passion for learning, both in the classroom every single day and outside of the classroom. It's to bring our enthusiasm for what your child aspires to be, whatever they choose. And it's to bring the energy every day to create the very best Redbird family we possibly can. We're led by our keynote speaker, who not only exemplifies these traits on a daily basis, but is the leader of our proud flock. It is my pleasure to introduce to you our keynote speaker, the Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Mark Butero.
Good evening. Moms, dads, family members, friends, faculty. Good evening to you and good evening to our students, those of you who have already been in National Honor Society and those of you being inducted tonight. You have been selected to be here tonight because you are young men and young women who embody the 4 ideals of the National Honor Society: scholarship, leadership, service, and character. You have demonstrated those ideas as individuals, and in our district, as Mr. Page just said, you have earned next-level Redbird status. Over a decade ago, in this very same room, a great friend of mine, Steve Cochran, and our former assistant superintendent, asked this simple question. So this is when you were in first grade. He asked this question to that year's National Honor Society's inductees. Is the honor in Honor Society something you will simply receive tonight, or is it something you will give back tomorrow in the days ahead once you step off the stage? The question, I believe, is extraordinarily significant. To see honor as something you receive, you see it as a noun, a thing, distinction, a hallmark of your achievement, a label to go on your resume or college application. To see honor, however, as something you give is to see honor as a verb, as an action, as something you do. To view honor as a verb is to see the NHS not as a distinction for your resume, which is nice, but as a direction in your life. Not as a label, but as a way of living. So the NHS outlines these 4 ideals, but what would it look like to demonstrate honor through each of these ideals? So let's look at scholarship. Showing honor through scholarship is not about achieving a specific grade, a specific grade point average, having a certain number of AP courses on your transcript, although those are all great. It is instead about approaching learning with curiosity, passion, and perseverance. Albert Einstein once said, "I'm not a genius, I'm just passionately curious." Young children, my own daughter specifically, they embody that kind of curiosity. They're constantly asking questions. They want to know, why is the sky blue? Where does the sun go at night? They want to know if dinosaurs will ever return, or if Cinderella and her stepsisters will ever get along. As you've gotten older, many of you stop asking how, why, and if, but start simply asking, will this be on the test? To honor scholarship, to honor the act of learning, never stop asking questions. And ask the big ones. How can we cure cancer? How can we end hunger? How can we use music, art, and literature to make a difference in the world? Of course, asking questions is not enough. You also have to persevere in finding the answers. In my office, there's a big poster. It says, on the 10,000th try, there was light. Edison succeeded at inventing the light bulb only after 10,000 failures. Real scholarship is hard work. You honor that work by asking questions and being passionately curious. So how do we demonstrate honor? Through leadership. As a leader, you possess two kinds of authority. The first is positional authority. The second is personal authority. Positional authority is a noun. It's a title on a business card or on a college application. I have a position of superintendent. Some of you might be captain of your team or vice president of a club. Positional authority may look good on a piece of paper, but it doesn't accomplish a lot in real life. To accomplish something as a leader, you need personal authority. Personal authority is a verb. It is developed, sustained through your day-to-day actions toward others. It's developed through listening to others, through encouraging others, through empowering others, through working alongside others. As Jim Kouzes tells us in the Leadership Challenge, leadership is not about the titles, positions, work hours, it's about relationships. To honor the ideal of leadership, don't wait to get a leadership position. Instead, cultivate relationships with each other. Act each day with kindness, integrity, determination, and compassion. People, I promise, will follow you. Service. When my brother graduated college, I had the chance to listen to Dr. Bill McGee. He was the founder of Operation Smile. He talked about the organization's mission. And on a medical mission trip in the early 1980s, he went to the Philippines and worked to fix cleft lips and cleft palates, which kids can be born with. His drive and passion focused on the ability to help these kids do one simple thing, and that's smile. Over the past 30 to 40 years, Dr. McGee and Operation Smile have provided surgeries to thousands of children, each one given the ability to do something that we all need to do more of, and that's smile. A renowned surgeon with countless awards, tons of honors, honorary degrees from every college, all of which are examples of great achievements. Dr. McGee, if asked today, would tell you his greatest accomplishment was the opportunity to give a baby or a young person the ability to smile. The accolades are nice, but the service is what mattered most. All of you will perform acts of community service. The real honor in those acts comes not from having your name inscribed on a certificate or listing the hours of the activity on your college application. The real honor comes from the acts you perform day in and day out that inscribe your name on the hearts of children you help, senior citizens you visit, and classmates you tutor. And finally, demonstrating honor through character. True character, for any of us, is about speaking and exemplifying truth. It's about having the courage of your own convictions. It's about demonstrating on the outside what we believe and feel on the inside. Shortly after he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, Steve Jobs gave the commencement address at Stanford University. Knowing he might die, he gave a unique perspective on how to live. He says, your time is limited. So don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't let the noise of others' opinions drown out your own inner voice. And most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Character is having the courage to follow your heart. Do what you believe is right, regardless of where you are and who you are with. True character sometimes involves confronting a bully, sometimes involves confronting ourselves, our fears, our rejections. And it sometimes involves confronting convention, standing up the way things have always been done and finding a new way. And of course, true character is hard work. It requires us every day to examine our hearts and our actions But if we honor the ideal of character, that is the work we must do. So tonight, we are proud to celebrate your many accomplishments and achievements. Tonight, we are proud as we honor you as you stand on the stage. And tomorrow, when you are no longer up here, you will have the incredible opportunity to take the honor you received tonight and to give it back to this school, this community, to your family, and to the world. And what I can tell you without reservations, we are so excited by who you are and who you are about to become. Have a great night.
Thank you, Mr. Quintero, for those inspiring words. Membership in the National Honor Society is one of the highest honors that can be awarded to a high school student. Selection is based upon 4 criteria: scholarship, service, leadership, and character. Our new officers will review these qualities for the candidates. Our social media coordinator, Marilyn Coy, will introduce the candle for scholarship and explain its significance.
We light the candle of scholarship. It stands for divine wisdom, value, strength, and dignity. Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way: diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates will have the charge to continually expand their worlds through the opportunities inherent in scholarship. And now, J.D. Torres, one of our community service liaisons, will introduce the candle of service and explain its significance. We light the candle of service. It brings our minds bravery, courage, valor, and the blare of trumpets, the call to arms. Service can be expressed in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to the help of others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or without recognition is the quality we seek in our membership. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. And now, Anthony Latrivio, our president, will introduce the candle of leadership and explain its significance.
We light the candle of leadership. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid orders to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. The leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, to lead is an important charge to each of our members and to the candidates. And now, Alexis Pulonis, the Special Events Coordinator, will introduce the candle of character and explain its significance.
We light the candle of character. Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It gives each one individuality and personality. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved in honesty. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others.
By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value him. Now, Natalie Merkel will lead us in this process.
Before the strolling process for new members begins, will members of the administration please form a receiving line on the stage? Will the officers please stand as well? Will the first row of new members please stand? As your name is called, walk to the front of the stage where you will be welcomed into the National Honor Society by our advisors, then proceed to Mr. Pei and Mr. Gutero to receive your certificate. After you receive your certificate, return to your place in the seating section. Michael Accardi. Matthew Adamski. Jordan Ulster. Charles Archibald. Hannah Basha. Grace Bauer. Liam Brett. Cindy Brissette Rodriguez. Jade Chang.
Kevin Clark. Gianna Caniglio. Chloe Conti. Annabella Conti. Michaela Cook. Evan D'Amico. Declan Davis. Samantha Doman. Delia Edgehill. Delaney Escow.
Liam Badash. Colleen Fanning. Haley Ferreira. Ryan Ford. Richard Formica. Christabella George. Brendan Boudin. Liam Granahan. Daniel Gualtieri. Tiffany Gould.
Matthew Italiano. Sienna Casa. Kyle Kent. Angelica Kushevitz. Thomas Kolpa. Krisha Kupsai. Shannon Leahy. Samara Lopez. Radhika Manbar. Nicholas Marks.
Jasmine Martinez. Connor Matt Liao. Matthew McCormick. Avinal Murphy. Gavin Milner. Faith Cagliano. Grace Cagliano. Emily Capello. Christina Capello. Ryan Cavano.
Ava Peer. Amina Rabah. Aya Rabah. Krista Ragosa. Caroline Rasmussen. Amir Redlick. Braden Reyes. Miranda Ricciardi. Colin Rubin. Matthew Sander.
Ryan Quadrano. Alyssa San Giacomo. Francesca Shabilia. Hannah Siegel. Alexandra Solitario. Aaron Tooney. Sophia Yutsek. Serenisa Van Duzer. Sonia Vora. Abigail Von Harten. And Devin Wilson. Ms. Aquaviva will now lead us in the recitation of the National Honor Society Pledge.
Candidates, please rise and repeat the National Honor Society Pledge. Repeat after me. I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals, the ideals of my school, and of my life. Congratulations to the new members of the Allentown chapter of the National Honor Society. We would like to thank you, the parents and family members, for bringing up such fine young people. We feel it is an honor and privilege to continue to work with them. At this time, we would kindly ask those in the audience to remain seated while all the National Honor Society members formally leave the auditorium, led by our officers.